Now, I think what's interesting about reading Aristotle is that he gives us a lattice work to build on, to understand how an argument is built up, an argument that leads to the natural truth of a situation. And the beauty of it is that it's broken down much in the way that you would break down a computer program. So I think there's vast opportunities here for AI research to address the most difficult problem of all, which is how people behave on a project. That is by far the biggest problem on these multi-billion-pound programs. It is the problem that nobody really has an answer to, and I think we have opportunities for research here that should be addressed. Well, if you consider the fact that most of the people engaged in decision making and discussions on multi-billion pound projects every single day have no formal training whatsoever, in most cases, in the structure of a verbal argument, that's quite frightening. I mean, the consequences can be of the order of millions of pounds, or whatever currency you have to be working in. Whereas, if you've studied, if you had the benefit of having studied Aristotle, having had it taught to you, you can recognize those tropes. You can recognize the straw man and so on and so forth, and have a much better opportunity of reaching the best outcome for everyone. I think the value of a course of study lies not so much in what the student can repeat back in an examination at the end of it, as in what the student retains 5, 6, 7 years afterwards, and the value that that person is able to bring to the people around him, the organization that he works for or represents. And I think what the classics do is to provide an entire context. There's the entire classical period to build upon. And what Aristotle in particular does is to structure that in a very formal, understandable manner. And of course, Aristotle lived at the most exciting period of that classical time, and he has stood the test of time. So I think he's probably a very good place to start. The best part of it, of course, is that it's not difficult. You can pick up the bare bones of Aristotelian discussion in 10 minutes. Really, that's all it takes. It's easy to think of Aristotle as being heavy, this ancient Greek writing his letters for his students, but the majority of what you need to know is contained, of course, on the first page. So start with that.